This is me jumping into a lake, a freshwater lake that is supposed to be the only freshwater lake in the entire planet that has sharks living on it. Cocibolca Lake or Granada Lake in Nicaragua claims to be the only place in the entire earth that has freshwater sharks living in its waters. The objective of the day is find out how did these sharks ended up living in this lake and how can they survive into a freshwater lake if they are supposed to be living in the ocean. And I know that you may be having lots of questions right now. One of them, why am I wearing a helmet? Well, I was told that if I'm gonna swim with sharks, I'm gonna need a helmet for protection. This lake is also known as the Sweet Sea, and it is because it has its own ecosystem. It has dozens of different animal species living on this water. It has its own wave, and there are little formations of islands that are closer to each other that are called archipelagos. And something that is very interesting, this lake is also the biggest lake in the entire Central America region and also one of the biggest in the entire world. In Panama we have some freshwater lakes and I thought they were big, but dude, this lake, this thing that is behind me is massive. Now, there are different theories about the creation or the formation of this lake. There is a theory that says that this entire country was before a giant bay that was all covered in water from the sea. And there were sharks crossing from one side to the other, just going around, just, hanging around doing shark stuff. But there was a time when the water levels start decreasing and all the animals that were in this area, they got trapped in the lake, so the lake got formed, and that's why there are sharks in the lake. That is also why there are a lot of other species of animals living in these waters, like the saltfish and also turtles, crocodiles, and all these kind of beautiful animals. Most of shark species are completely harmless, but the one that lives in this lake is considered one of the most dangerous species, and it's because its unpredictable behavior. You never know what this shark is gonna do. And I'm talking about the bull shark. Yes, you heard right. The bull shark is a shark that actually lives in the water of this lake. And to be honest, I'm not a really shark expert, but I know that all animals have these hunting instincts, and if you tempt them, they're gonna go and take a bite of whatever you put in there. And I think that is what happens with the sharks. They have their own environment, their own habitat, and once you step into their house and you tempt them a little bit, of course, they're gonna take a bite. And I don't wanna be naive and say that the bull sharks are just little fishes that are in the water. You can go play with them, touch them. Of course not. They have a lot of teeth and they have a very good sense of smell, so never mess up with bull sharks. No, in the beginning, the people from Nicaragua, all the scientists, these guys were thinking that these sharks that were living in this lake were a unique and very rare species of shark that was specifically living in fresh water. But with the time, more scientists got their hands in and they started investigating, and with the time, they proved that this shark is in fact the bull shark. So the people from Nicaragua, they made even, I think it was like a coin or was like a bill about the shark, kind of like telling to the world that this was a unique shark that they had in this lake, so the people could come, visit the lake, see the sharks. But no, it was a bull shark. But that isn't it. There is another explanation for the sharks living in this freshwater lake. And that explanation is that these sharks travel through the San Juan River that is from the Atlantic Ocean all the way into the lake using the same technique that the salmons use once they are traveling up current. But these sharks, as they have unpredictable behavior, they did the same thing. So they traveled all the way from the Atlantic through the river and they ended in the lake. So they got kind of like trapped into the lake. So they have been living in this lake. And as sharks are very smart animals, they have adapted to the fresh water from this lake. And they have been reproducing themselves, keeping the production of more sharks. You know, a lot of little sharks around there. But there is one problem in this entire adventure, and it is that I haven't found any shark yet. Have you guys ever heard about kayak? Well, today I'm doing it. This guy is waiting for me right there. Me siento ahí. Sí. Los piecitos. ¿Seguro que esto no se voltea? Okay. Empujamos.
Así.
Así? Okay. I'm doing it. Yes! Yes! Here we go, baby! Let's swim with the sharks. It's time to introduce my friend, this guy right behind me. His name is Noé. In English is Noah, and I was joking with him because we are in a kayak and I told him that this is the ark. This is Noah's Ark. But anyway, he was saying that apparently a lot of years ago in this lake there were hundreds of sharks, a lot of sawfish, and like amazing stuff here. But the people start fishing, killing sharks, to the point where you can barely see these animals now in the lake, and there were hundreds of them before, but now no more sharks. Almost every person in this entire island depends on what the lake is producing for them, and they also have some agriculture going on in the entire island. You can see rice fields, you can see corn fields, but one of the biggest kind of meat sources is the lake. So they have been hunting sharks, hunting sharks, to the point where you can't really find sharks in the lake right now. I have been told that there are some spots where the people actually see sharks sometimes, but it's very rare to see the sharks now. So my adventure to find sharks maybe not as productive as I want it to be.